back to our channel where we talk about all things related to anxiety and our mental well-being. Now today we're talking about something that affects millions of women, but often it doesn't get the attention it deserves. We're talking about anxiety during the menopause. So if you've been experiencing more worry than usual, if you're feeling unsettled for no clear reason, or maybe you're waking up in the middle of the night with your heart racing and breaking out in a hot sweat or cold sweat, then this video is for you. Now, you are absolutely not alone in this experience. And more importantly, there are real practical things that you can do about it. So let's start by understanding the connection between anxiety and the menopause. And we want to address the big question that I often get asked. Can menopause actually cause anxiety? Now, the resounding answer to that question is yes. And there's solid science behind why this actually happens. Now, the menopause typically occurs between the ages of 45 and 55, but the lead up period, which we call the perimenopause, can actually begin much earlier. Now, during this time, our levels of estrogen and progesterone naturally decline. Now, what many people don't actually realise is that these hormones don't just regulate our menstrual cycle, they actually have a huge impact on the neurotransmitters in our brain, particularly serotonin and dopamine. Now, I've spoken about these two hormones before. These are crucial for mood stability and anxiety regulation. So, as these hormones fluctuate and design, our nervous system can become much more sensitive and create a real physical response to the changes that are happening in our body. Now, many of my clients tell me that their menopause anxiety feels very different from their usual worries, their usual anxieties. They say it comes on and it feels very sudden, it's more intense, and it feels harder to control. Now, you might find yourself feeling panicky for no obvious reason. You might find yourself struggling to relax, even during those quiet moments, forgetting things that were previously easy to recall, such as the names of people you know and appointments. Or you might find yourself avoiding situations you once felt extremely comfortable in. So, one client that I spoke to recently, she described it perfectly, I thought. She said that the menopause, it feels a bit like being on edge all the time, as though something bad was just about to happen. Now, does that sound familiar to you too? Because I know that was my own experience as well. So, anxiety can also feel worse at night time. Poor sleep, hot flushes, and night sweats leave both our mind and our body tired, stressed, and absolutely exhausted. Now, this naturally heightens anxiety. I've spoken a lot in previous videos about anxiety and our sleep. So when we're exhausted, our ability to manage our anxiety and our stress is significantly reduced. And this creates what I call the anxiety sleep. It's a downward spiral, because if anxiety disrupts your sleep, and poor sleep makes anxiety worse. So you're just on a downhill trajectory. And it's very frustrating. And understanding it is the first step to break free from it. So before we look at some of the natural strategies that you can implement yourself to overcome menopause anxiety, you may well be wondering, who am I and how am I qualified to help you today? Well, my name is Jennifer Roblin. I have helped hundreds and thousands of people just like you to take back control of their anxious thoughts and calm their body and their mind. I am an experienced anxiety specialist and therapist, working with clients both online and in person within my own private practice, and I've been doing this for the past 10 years now. The most important thing we can do is focus on calming our nervous system. These hormonal changes can leave you stuck in fight or flight mode. So we need to be able to actively signal to the brain and the body that we are safe. And one of the best ways to do this is through breathing techniques. The first technique I'm going to discuss today is 4-6 breathing. Now, to do this, you want to breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 seconds and then exhale slowly for the count of 6 seconds. The key here, and to most breathing techniques, is that we want to exhale, to breathe out for longer than we breathe in, as this sends a direct signal to our nervous system that we are safe. Now, the second technique I want to discuss today is the 4-7-8 breathing. This is where we breathe in for the count of 4, we hold for the count of 7, and we slowly breathe out through our mouth for the count of 8, almost as if we're blowing out a candle with that pursed lips. Now, both of these are incredibly effective for immediate anxiety relief. Another one of my favourites are grounding techniques, and the one I use the most is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, I've spoken about this before. We focus on 5 things that we can see, 4 things that we can hear, 3 things that we can touch, 2 things we can smell, and 1 thing that we can taste. And I really want you to focus on that object that you're looking at. So really have a look at the colours, the shapes, the textures, because this brings you right back to the present moment. So if you are finding this helpful, please do go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel, as this helps us reach more and more people who are struggling with anxiety right now. Now, please do share with anyone who you believe will find this beneficial, and do hit the notification button when you finish this video so you can be notified every week when we release a new video related to anxiety and our mental well-being. So strategy number 2 is to prioritise restorative sleep. Now, sleep is absolutely crucial. Create a soothing bedtime routine. Keep your bedroom cool. Avoid any screens before bedtime. And if hot flushes are an issue, use lightweight, breathable bedding. One of my clients even keeps a damp flannel beside her bed, and she uses it if she overheats, but it's also a bit of a comfort knowing that it's there. You could try a calming herbal tea and some gentle stretches before bed, as these can also work wonders. Now remember, anxious thoughts are much more likely to intrude when we're lying awake with no distractions. Our minds can go into overdrive, so we want to be able to create an environment that feels as calm as we possibly can. Strategy number 3, gentle movement. Now, gentle, consistent movement is incredibly powerful for anxiety. I'm talking about low impact activities like yoga, walking or swimming, as these reduce the cortisol, that's the stress hormone, and they release endorphins. These are the feel-good hormones, which naturally improve our mood. Now, if possible, please do try and get your movement, your exercise in outside, as there's so much scientific evidence that tells us that spending time in nature significantly improves our overall well-being and reduces our anxiety levels. So, next one, strategy number 4. This one is all about nutrition for mood support. Now, I'm sure we all know what we eat directly impacts how we feel. So balanced nutrition helps to stabilise blood sugar and it regulates our hormones. If we can focus on whole foods, quality protein and healthy fats from sources like fish, nuts and avocados, we will see the benefit. Now, I'm sorry, but also try to reduce caffeine and alcohol. I know nobody wants to hear this, but both can cause anxiety spikes and they disrupt our sleep, which we know makes everything worse. I already have several videos about alcohol and about caffeine and the impacts it has on our anxiety. So I will make sure I link those in the description, and do go and check those out. Strategy number 5, it's to seek professional support. Sometimes we need more support, and that's completely okay. Now, working with an anxiety specialist who understands what it feels like to have had anxiety and who knows how to calm the nervous system can be life-changing, especially during menopause. Now, at Better Your Life, we use approaches that go deeper than traditional therapies such as CBT. We combine nervous system therapy with behavioural therapy. Now, we're drawing constantly on research in emotional change and in neuroscience. We always want to have the most cutting edge ways of working with you. It's about addressing anxiety at its foundation, not just managing symptoms. Now, for women navigating the menopause, this approach can be absolutely transformative. Hormonal shifts aren't just something you need to endure. With the right support, we can learn to work with our changing bodies rather than against them. Now, while I am not medically trained, it is also worth mentioning that some women do choose to discuss hormone replacement therapy with their GP or their general practitioner or their healthcare provider. Now, HRT can help balance hormones and reduce mood-related symptoms. It's a personal choice that's worth exploring with your GP or healthcare provider to see if it is the right fit for you. Now, something else I invite you to consider. Menopause is often seen as an ending, but what if we were to view it as a time of transition instead? Many of the women I work with find that once they learn to manage their anxiety, they actually feel more confident and self-assured than ever before. That's certainly the case for me too. There's something powerful about moving through this challenge and coming out the other side stronger than you went into it. Now, by supporting our nervous system and prioritising our own self-care and seeking the right help when we need it, we can move through this stage with greater ease and we can rediscover a sense of calm and control. So you don't need to struggle through this alone. Imagine waking up feeling equipped to handle whatever the day brings, knowing that you have the tools and the calm mind and body when you need them the most. Now that is absolutely possible for you. If you are struggling with menopause anxiety and you would like more guidance, I've put some links over in the description to some of the free resources, including the really popular Circle of Control and Influence worksheet. Now, many of my clients find this incredibly helpful. And I've also pinned a link to the comments should you wish to book a free, no obligation consultation call. Now remember, taking care of our mental well-being is essential to our overall well-being. When anxiety is left unresolved, it can spiral out of control and have an impact on our relationships, our work, and our family life. But with the right tools and support, we can take back control. Now, if you found this video helpful, please do go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more content on anxiety and our mental well-being. And if you know someone else who might benefit from hearing what we have to say in this video, in this message, then please do share it with them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.